Okay, today I'm just going to edit the drums on Warm Leatherette. This is the original track right here, in which I have the drums. And so what I would do is simply put that in matrix edit, and you can kind of see that's going to be my original loop. So I created those MIDI events, and now what I have to happen, or what's going to happen is I have to separate the two. So when I mix, I can make the snare be louder or softer, or make the kick drum be louder or softer, not to mention add EQ. So that's going to be what I'm working on right here. Okay, so I've already put in the MIDI event, I created that data, and now I have to make this data be, well, perfect. So what you do is you close that out, and you'll notice right here, I'll look at the drums, or excuse me, the kick. Okay, so now I'm just going to simply do this as one way of doing it. You have different values. Okay, so again, 127, 127. So what's going to happen is when this plays, okay, it's all going to have the same. Now there's different ways of doing this. I can just control, but I just want to show you how I'm doing it. Just controlling the MIDI data. So if you notice, it's all 127. Now you probably can't hear the difference, but that's all going to be the kick to Warm Leatherette. So now what we have to do is we have to save this. Alright, let's go to snare. Alright, so we're going to mute this. Okay, we're having a little issue here. Let it catch up to us. Okay, great. Now let's go to the snare. We're going to do the same thing with the snare. Okay, so what we're going to do now, okay, our snares are all perfect. All our volumes. Oops. Now all those are same volume. So now let's combine the two. Okay, we have this on. Okay, so now that's the drums to Warm Leatherette. Now I have to maybe mess around with the BPM or beats per minute, but essentially that's the song. Alright, so we'll work on other aspects of the song next. Now today I'm just going to add the bass part to it. Should be relatively simple. Warm Leatherette. Warm Leatherette. Warm Leatherette. Okay, today what I'm doing is I'm recording audio. Alright, so this up here, this is MIDI data. Okay, that's all that stuff I showed you before about quantizing and velocity control. That was all here. Down here is where I'm going to record audio. MIDI is different than audio in that audio is like old school recording. Okay, so this is the sound you're going to hear when I play this live. Just in case you're wondering, these up here are just vocal references. These aren't the actual vocals I'll use. These are just a reference so I know where what should be in what place and all that during the sequence. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my snare Okay, and then I'm going to record it down to an audio track. So I'll take this MIDI track and I'm going to record it to audio. Okay, so that's the plan for today. So what I'm going to work on now is recording this snare MIDI sequence or pattern into an audio. Alright, so I've highlighted the snare. Okay, and what we're going to do now is, I guess we can bring it in. Whoops, bring it in. Alright, and so that's what I'm going to work on. And so, we're just going to kind of review. I'll just open it up in... Okay, so now I'm going to begin the process of recording the snare. Okay, so it sounds a little cheesy here, and I guess it does only because I'm not going directly into my camera, so you're hearing it kind of like just picking up on the little cheapy speaker in the camera. Plus I have the air conditioner on because I'm not doing a formal recording. It's just everything is in the box, as they say. So what I'll do now is you'll hear it. Okay, that's going to be the snare. Now I'll just kind of show this. Whoops. Okay, that's the sequence. And as you can see here, you can see the measures. That's 4, okay, 5. I have it loose. That's 1, 2, 3. All right. And so you can see I'm dropping the snare on the 2 and the 4 beat within each measure. And then if you wanted to watch it again and edit while you're doing that, okay, you can see it's just going down the sequence. Okay, and you can see again everything is being sequenced perfectly. Alright, every note is on the 2 and the 4th and measure 1, 2, 3, and 4. The volume is perfect at 127, so it's being hit perfectly every time, and that's what you want with this kind of music. It's very, robotic or mechanical, and that's the sound. And then obviously the duration of the note is also painfully perfect. So that is the sequence on that. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to record it. Okay, so we'll get out of this, we'll get out of that, and now we'll set up the track for recording.